So I'd had loads of things, loads of projects, and I never seemed to reach them. They were always on the horizon. I was always going to do them next week or next weekend. So I've been on a mission over the past few years to seek ways to improve myself, to get more done. So tip 1, the 5 minutes rule. So you're sitting at your desk and you need to get a letter written or get some work done, get a project started, and your mind's seeking a way to just go and get a coffee or go for a walk, anything but start. So you say, well, okay, I can break, but I will do 5 minutes solid work, and then I can reward myself with a pause. So if you stick to this, at worst you get 5 minutes more report written, or a couple of bills paid. But what you're dreaming is that you get into a flow state, forget you ever wanted to go for a run or telephone someone. You actually go on and you finish your assignment. Tip 2, just get stuff ready. This is another golden tip. Break down difficult jobs, jobs you really don't want to do. So what you do is, you say to yourself, I'll just get the lawnmower out, or I'll just get the tools or the paints together, get some paperwork required for my tax return, then I'll break. I'll go off and do something else. And then the next time you come back to this job, well, a little bit's already been done. You've got a basis, you've got something to work from. This really does work, this tip. Tip number 3, subconscious reminders. When your mind reminds you of something that you need to do, a call you've got to make, a document you've got to get hold of, you must at that moment take an action to either not jot down a note, put a timer into your phone, just do a yellow sticky tape. If you don't do it, there's a subconscious thing that your mind thinks, well, I tried to tell him, but he took no notice, so it can't be that really important. So what's the cost of this? Well, you don't make the call, you don't have that document with you that you needed for the meeting, so you look a bit of an idiot. It's another week of your life that's slipping away. Tip 4, bridging. It's the art of keeping a conversation going. The situation, you bump into someone or you're introduced to someone who could be very important to you. It could be for business reasons or social reasons. You unprepared, you exchange a few politenesses, there's a bit of a pause, and one of you says, nice to meet you, and moves on. The moment's lost. So salesmen, amongst other people, develop a technique called bridging, which is just to say something. You bounce off whatever the other person says. You ask them for more clarification, or or an example, and you just need there's 4 or 5 phrases in context. So then, therefore, and you just want to keep the thing going until you can actually ask them, think of the vital question, and maybe make an appointment or something that you can both follow up on. Tip 5, clarity on your goals. Lots of the people that achieve great success only have a clear, absolute vision of what it is that they want to succeed at. Lots of us ordinary people have a very vague idea. Yeah, maybe I could be a successful footballer or a businessman, a ski instructor, journalist. You don't know. So if you don't know, how can you program yourself? How can you make any progress towards your goal? So sit down and decide what exactly is that you want, how you can define the steps that will be necessary to get there. Tip 6, improve your decision making. Top people make much more decisions than other people, than unsuccessful people, and they just build up experience of taking whatever data is necessary and coming to a decision and making it clear to the people around them what it is that they need to do or need to get done. So how do you get to be in a position to make decisions? Well, you've got to push yourself forward. In your group, you telephone for the restaurant, you organise the trip, and then gradually people will just come to you and want to know get your advice. They rely on you. Now, so it's you need to pick up leadership, organising skills, budgeting skills. Okay, tip 7, choose your projects carefully. Most people choose their projects on a scattergun basis, probably choosing the easiest ones and the least important because there's no pressure on them. But we've all only got so much energy, so what project you choose to do is absolutely vital. Is it part of your global plan to succeed? So it's always easier to start painting another room rather than finishing the room that you didn't quite finish last week. It's always easier. It seems more pleasurable. You've got to finish painting that room. Got to finish that project, that report. So develop the decision of only doing things which are vital and then finishing them. And don't start another one. Don't multitask. This is an observation as well as a tip. Tip 8, delay your rewards. If you're able to resist eating the cake straight away going for coffee straight away, that's a sign of your self-control. So instead of going for your coffee before you've done the assignment, why not do it after you've done the assignment? You'll enjoy your coffee more. It's a known success factor is the ability to be able to control your desires. Tip 9. Get your thoughts into the near future. So, unfortunately, lots of us are obsessively thinking about past events, failures, things that we nearly succeeded at, disappointments. Obviously, you've got to analyse how you failed on these things. Once you've done that, any further thinking is disruptive. Now, not destructive, but a waste of time is daydreaming. That's seeing your new design of an electric car rushing down the road before you've even ordered the wheels or written the drawings for it. So that's daydreaming. So your thoughts must be focused on the present or the near future. So you're pre-planning your day, both for work and leisure. Did you know lots of people don't even plan their leisure? So, whereas they could have gone to play tennis, had a lovely time playing tennis, they didn't get round to booking the court. So in fact, they just watch a rerun of Friends or something. But if it's your business, you've got to be saying, well, what do I need today? What will I need to prepare to get the next stage of my goal successfully done today? So it's all about pre-planning. So your head is going around. It's not thinking about that promotion you didn't get 5 years ago. It's working. Yeah, I'll need to have a USB key. I'll need to have this program working. I'll need to make that phone. I need this information. When I've got all those things together, then I can get the task done. Anything else is just drifting. Tip 10, be a good boss and a good employee to yourself. If ever you've run a business, a small business, and you're the boss, you find that's not quite as exciting as you thought, because in fact, if you're the only employee, you're both the boss and the employee. So you have to empty the bins yourself. You have to do a lot of menial things yourself that when you're working for a company, someone else is doing. But I mean more than that. You've got to be able to say to yourself, today or this evening, I'm going to get my tax returns done. I must get them done today because the rest of the week is already booked up. And you must be able to know that if you tell yourself as boss that yourself as employee will actually do it. So you've got to have this excellent relationship. I heard somewhere today that how many people would employ themselves. if to, knowing everything they know about, if you knew everything about yourself, would you employ yourself? Or would you say, no, I need someone who's more disciplined, dedicated, and less of a daydreamer? So there you are. Being a boss is not quite as exciting as you might imagine, because you've got this fairly useless employee, unless he, of course, starts to pull his socks up. So if I were to pick 2 out of the 10 tips to be my favourite, one would be the 5 minutes more. Whenever you're about to give up, in the gym, on the run, writing the essay, finishing the report, digging the garden, just say 5 minutes more. That really works. And the other one is just get stuff ready. That's really been useful to me. When I really can't face doing something, in the morning I've got to mow the lawn, and the big trouble for me is that the mower's right in the back of the garage. So I said to myself, I'll just get the mower out the garage, and then I'll go and do something else. And then sometime later, when I decide, yep, let's mow the lawn, the mower's already there. I can just set off. It seems to unblock things. If it's something wretched where I need to make lots of references, like doing your tax returns, I get all the paperwork together, and then I go off and do something. And when you come back, it just somehow, it might be the next day, it just seems somehow easier. You know that the stuff's all there. It really does work, absolutely. And then one little bonus tip, keep a little diary, I mean, it's just a file on your computer really, of all your little successes. And read through it now and again. So, good luck, and as that Jordan Peterson says, struggle up that hill. Struggle up that hill.